There we go. All right. So I welcome you to your mat this morning. My name is Erin, and if you can, bring to your mat either a block, a blanket, a towel, or an extra yoga mat to use as a prop to help open our hearts this morning. So we're going to go ahead and get right in the shape, and then I'll chat a little bit about gratitude. If you have an extra yoga mat, they really come in handy. Get comfy here, like Mr. Rogers, right? Always pulling off my overcoat. If you have an extra yoga mat, you can lay it going perpendicular to the top short edge of the mat and bring the bottom of the fold right up to your sacrum and lay the ridge of your spine along the mat so that it'll support you in this gentle heart opener. Or another option, if you don't want to do that, is to do that with a blanket. Or there are always options. Beginning with a gentle supported bridge pose, taking your block underneath your sacrum. Remember, your sacrum is the pelvic rim, right? Your sacroiliac space right here where you can feel the ridge of the hips and the pelvis. So not your lumbar spine. You don't want your lumbar spine supported here. You want it below that, right at the sacrum, with the knees bent, or you can have the legs extended. This would probably be a little bit more of an intense, this is a yin shape, supported bridge pose to offer a passive extension through the front body. So just arrive in your passive heart opener, whatever you've chosen to do. Take a big breath in. Let it all go. Just welcoming yourself to this moment. If you haven't said good morning to yourself yet, say good morning. Check in with how the body's feeling. Check in with the properties of the breath. We're going to be working into the space of the heart chakra, your Anahata chakra today, quite a bit as we awaken the energy of gratitude. Now, gratitude is not something you have to go shopping for. Along with love and compassion, it lives right in your heart space. So we're just tapping in. Your true nature is loving presence. And wrapped in that is a kind awareness and appreciation for the blessings in your life. But sometimes we choose to spend our mind power on the things that we don't have, or the things that are going wrong, or the things that are bumming us out, or the unfortunate circumstances of life. But that's a choice we make. When we reframe our perspective and rather than seek from a space of scarcity, but from abundance, that is when we truly start to uncover and connect with the gratitude that lives within. So, gratitude, being grateful, feeling the blessings in your life, however small. It changes our neural chemistry. It invites a greater sense of ease toward it promotes and health. And all it takes is just simply settle for it. It's that easy. Thought can trigger this fireworks display in your brain, creating new neural pathways, taking you out of this slump of, oh, everything sucks right now, and into, you know what? Things aren't exactly how I want them to be right now, but man, am I fortunate. And you just start filling in the blanks. And start to think about just one thing right now that you're grateful for. Maybe it's a person, maybe it's an experience. Just notice the neurochemical changes that happen in your body. Rest your mind on something you're grateful for. And these small changes that you make throughout the day by continuously coming and arriving into your space of gratitude, they make a big difference over time. Take a big breath. Let a breath go. Maybe bringing your hands to the heart. Of life in you. Sensing the life force energy that's your body, reminding you that you are very much alive. And your life is unfolding before your eyes. It is a miracle. I am grateful. I am grateful. I feel the gratitude in my heart shining brightly. I am grateful. Allow that collective intention to if you want to ease it. Today we are looking at our life through a lens of cheer and thankfulness, looking at what we do have and what we are able to do, seeing all the blessings before us. Take a big breath in. Let a breath go. One more big breath in. Full sigh out. Beautiful. We're going to come out of this shape. No, in our bodies. So you can free the block. And then start to hug your knees in towards your chest, maybe lifting your head and rolling around a little bit, stirring up the hips and feeling the back body. Get a massage. And then cross your right leg over your left leg and fan your ankles out a little bit. If you can, take your right hand onto your left wrist and your left hand onto the right wrist. Maybe relax your back down. This is just a little hip opener, no big deal. Little shoelace on our backs. And then we're going to rock and roll your it's not accessible to everyone. One option is another is to uncross the legs and come into a cobbler's pose, butterfly pose. But if you can, any way you can, stacking the right knee over, you can always put a block between the knees too. We're going to inhale, lift those arms up, and exhale, twist over to the right. So welcome to those of you just joining us to our gratitude flow today. I'm grateful to each of you for showing up and shining brightly. Without you, I'd just be talking to myself in the basement. So sit up nice and tall on the inhale. As you exhale, twist a little deeper. Bring the spine back to neutral. Left foot. Lift the crest over to the right side. So inviting a nice opening into the left side body. You can take some pulses here, whatever feels good. Keeping the sit bones rooted. Take one more big breath. Beautiful. From here, we're going to bring our hands behind our back and start to lift and extend through the spine, opening up the heart, lifting the gaze, draw the shoulder blades together in the back body. Take a big breath in, let a breath go. And then we're going to take the opposite movement, leaning into the fold of the top of the chin to chest. Where you're comfortable, and that's cool. That means your body is working. A little bit of stress on the tissues is good to promote healthy healing. Take another big breath. All right, with those hands on the ankles, we're going to roll back onto our back. See if you can do it with control. Yep. Uncross the legs and just big unicycle in the sky, moving through the hip joints and the knee joints. You can even bicycle over to the right, bicycle over to the left. And then we're going to cross left over right, hugging the ankles towards you as much as your body will allow this morning. Just in the left. Oh, here we go. Rocking and rolling up. Sit up nice and tall, arms rise, and exhale, twist to the left. Using your right hand to root onto the knee for a little bit of, just a little bit of help getting deeper into the shape. Every inhale is lengthening, and every exhale is twisting. One more big breath. Beautiful. Bring the spine back into neutral. Root your left hand down. Blocks come in handy here also to bring the earth a little closer to you. And whatever breath. Beautiful. Come right back into center, hands behind. Open up the heart, expanding across the chest, tightening in the back a little bit, drawing shoulder blades together. Breathe fully into this heart opener. And then begin to bring the spine into flexion as you round, curling up into a little ball over the knees, bringing just a little bit more feeling into this in that left hip as you lean in. One more breath. And then rise up. We're going to come all the way down onto our backs again, slowly with control. There you go. Unleash those legs. And once again, maybe you open and close them like into a V. Maybe you flutter kick them. Maybe you bend and cycle backwards. Just get some movement in those hips, whatever feels good to you. And then we're going to rock up to seated, cross the ankles, come right into a table position. As always, kind of get a little closer to the microphone. So when you're in your table position, just sense the alignment that feels natural for you in your joints. Feel the lengthening of the spine and the slight drawing in and contraction of your lower abs to support your lumbar spine. Take a big breath in. Let a breath go. Then step your right foot back and your left foot back, and voila, you're in plank pose. See how easy that was? Press the earth away, engage into the legs, squeezing the muscles onto the bones. Take another breath. And then lower yourself all the way down to the earth. As you inhale, little baby cobra here. And we're just going to hang out in this spinal opening, feeling the heart draw through the biceps, feeling the shoulders roll down and away from the ears. Feel that spark, that energetic heart just emanating, casting a light on all the things you're grateful for. Take one more big breath, maybe even lift the hands. And then with the hands into the earth, we're going to press up through table, round the spine, hips to heels, child's pose. So when you're in child's pose, it's a restful pose, offering some roundness in the spine. But it's also a way to ignite the energy of the heart from the back body. Back of the heart, perhaps thinking of it as shining light on all those who helped you be who you are, just sort of casting a light on what you're grateful for from the past, experiences, people, memories. Even the ones that were challenging for you have left an impression and have taught you something. I'm going to read to you a poem from Morgan Harper Nichols. I stand in this valley watching the yellow-green grass, watching how the yellow-green grass stretches up the blue mountain against the coral-colored sky. And I'm reminded, no matter how many times my weary heart has tried, nothing can wash away the richness of these lands, where silence is stronger than thunder, my gratitude as steady as the hills. I want to surrender to gravity, remembering it is okay to feel small out here, as one of the billion divinely intentioned parts of the morning hymn that has always been in you. Then sings my soul, how great thou art. How great thou art. Take a big breath in and let a breath go. We're going to start to make our way into our first downward facing dog of this practice. Who knows what you did before this? So slowly growing the shape. And once you are in your inversion, just playing around with different ways to arrange the feet, moving the hands so they feel just right to accommodate your shoulders. Getting loose in the joints here. Exploring movement. Come see who's here. Nice. What a beautiful crew we have today. All right, from your downward facing dog, we're going to walk our feet to our hands and then slowly rise up, coming up, Urdhva Hastasana, arms reach up. And as you exhale, bring those hands behind your back. Lace the fingers together, draw the heart up. Exhale, bend the knees, bring your chest to your thighs, gaze down, a little chair-like pose. And inhale, press back up, lift and extend through the heart. Exhale, bend into the knees, bend into the hips, chest to thighs. Slowly rise up. And last one, just kind of juicing the body here. All the way up, feel the heart expand. Lift the arms back up to the sky and exhale, fold. Halfway lift, flat back. Hands plant, feet step back, high plank. From high plank, lower down, chaturanga, low plank. Yep. Inhale, peel the heart up. Maybe you want to start lifting a little bit more if that feels good. Back to downward facing dog. Take a breath and release the breath. On the inhale, the right heel goes to the sky, three-legged dog. Step the right foot between the thumbs. Low lunge. Maybe challenge the lunge a little, lifting the arms. Feel the heart draw forward once again. Take a big breath. And then hands to the earth, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale to fold. Halfway lift. And as the hands come down, left foot steps back, same side, low lunge, take a twist. Peel that right arm up. Expanding across the collarbones, lengthening in the spine. Feel the breath touching every part of your body here. One more breath. Hands to the earth, step back, high plank. Taking a flow that serves you. Maybe today is not a plank day for you. Maybe you're going right to down dog or taking a little child's along the way. We'll lift our hips into downward facing dog when you are ready. Breath in and breath out. Inhale, left heel to the sky. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Just finding your way here, feeling steady, maybe lifting the arms. Keep pressing back into that right heel. Take another breath. And step forward, forward fold. All the way up you go. And let it go into a fold. Halfway lift, flat back. Hands to the earth, right foot steps back, low lunge, and twist. Left arm up. Looking at the thumb, letting the energy flow where your attention goes. So if we're looking up, we're twisting in the cervical spine, getting it all done. Take one more breath. Hands to the earth, step back, high plank. Lower down. Inhale, scoop the heart up. You can add a little bit here if you want to bend the knees. Just noticing how that lumbar engagement intensifies the heart opener a little bit. Back to downward facing dog. Take a breath and let the breath go. Inhale, right heel to the sky. Step the right foot between the thumbs, high crescent lunge. From here, hands interlace behind the back once again. Feeling really solid in your lunge, engaging into the muscles that support your joints. Squeeze the shoulders together, lift the heart. Take another breath. And as you exhale, hinge, bringing your chest down to your thigh. Maybe your gaze floats at your back big toe. Relax your jaw. Take another breath. And then slowly start to come back up. Release the bind, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to the earth, standing split. So that left leg is going to reach up with the heel guiding the direction here. Maybe one hand or both hands to the standing leg. Maybe hands are on blocks. It's always a nice way to feel steady. Looking at your right knee. Maybe you can kiss it. Mwah. Take another breath. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, chair pose. Breathing in and sinking nice and low. Embracing the natural curve of your spine. Embracing the breath as a way to ease discomfort. One more breath. And fold on the exhale. Halfway lift, flat back. Step back and flow. Feeling so grateful here for the inner wisdom of your body, that intuition that helps you with decision making, right? And as we practice on the mat, that inner wisdom helps discern what is best for you as you move. So really listening. On the inhale, left heel to the sky. Exhale, step the foot forward. Rise up, high crescent lunge. Hands interlace in a different way behind the back. Open up the heart. Relax the shoulders. Create some space here in the neck. What are you grateful for? What brings you joy? One more breath. And humbly bowing down, allowing the crown of the head to release. Just like how loving presence is more who you truly are than anything else you believe about yourself, so is gratitude. Gratefulness and grace flow through you so naturally and beautifully. Take a big breath in. We're going to rise up, release the bind, step forward, forward, fold. Actually, yes, let's do our standing split first. Standing split. Bringing your hands to bind, if you'd like. The right leg is lifted with that internal rotation of that hip. Feel the heel driving the lift. One more breath. And step forward, forward, fold. Here we go. Now rise up. Everybody loves the chair pose. Sitting deep in your chair. Just know that you're strengthening here your hips, your legs, your endurance and resilience. Remember to think of abundance rather than scarcity. You got it. You have everything you need. Take one more breath. And bow down. Nice. Halfway lift, flat back. Hands to the earth. Step back, side plank. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, scoop the heart up. Really savor this moment. Back to downward facing dog. Breath. And let it go. So we're going to put that together and just go through a rhythmic flow. One breath, one movement. And just go at a pace that's right for you. Don't feel rushed. You're welcome to hang out wherever it feels good in the body. On the inhale, right heel high. Step through, high crescent lunge. Hands back behind you, open the heart, one breath. And exhale, hinge. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, hands to the earth, standing split. Step the left foot to meet the right, forward fold. Rise all the way up. Sink low, chair pose. Come all the way back up. Fold. Halfway lift. Hands to the earth, take a flow. Following the guidance of your breath, the wisdom of the body. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, left heel to the sky. Step through, rise up, high crescent. Hands behind the back, interlace however you'd like. Expand through the heart space. Then humbly bow down. Inhale, release the bind. Exhale, standing split. Step the feet together. Rise up. Sink low, chair pose. Come back up. And fold. Halfway lift. Hands to the earth. Take a flow. You can always practice hopping back if you're working on handstands. Feel free to fly back. Always in control. Breathe. And release. From here, lift the right heel high. Bend the right knee. Keep the hip open, or feel free to flip your dog. Once you flip, remember to rotate that left foot so the big toes are just in line with one another. And then lift up, scooping out the lumbar curve, extending through the front body. Take another breath. Beautiful. Look where you're going, flip back, and then step the right foot behind the right wrist, melt the left heel down. We're gonna cartwheel up to warrior two. Big breath in, load a little deeper. Beautiful. Take that left hand, wrap it around, look for the right hip crease. We're gonna take that right arm up and over, opening through the side body, exalting our warrior. Can you sense the lunge here? Can you sense the opening of the right hip? The expansion through the rib cage. Take another breath. Then we're going to come into extended side angle. That left hand can stay on your back to open up the shoulder, or you can take a full bind if you have the bind. If the bind is causing you to lose the integrity of the shape, let the bind go. We have to learn how to not be so outcome driven in our practice and just kind of let the body be where we're getting the strongest sensation, targeting the areas that we want here, the hips, side body. Take another breath. All right, from here, release any binds you have. We're going to come right back up into our warrior two, and then cartwheel the hands to frame the right foot. Keep the left palm where it is. Take your twist. And then from here, we're going to take that right foot, lift it, and flip it, coming into a wild thing. So a little bit different from a flip dog, just because of the foot positioning. But you can also drop the hips and just open your heart here if it's too much stress into your wrist. Take another breath. And then float back into your high plank. Drop the right knee. We're going to open up into side plank on the other side. Bend the left knee, take hand on ankle, and open up through the heart. Nice extension for that left hip flexor as well. Big breath in. Full breath out. One more. And release the bind. Bring the hands down, table position, and cat pose. So retract the navel up toward the spine. Bring the chin to the chest. And just feel the counter stretch here. Big breath. Extend your right leg, then your left leg back to high plank. Lifting the hips to downward facing dog. Breathe. And let it go. Inhale, left heel to the sky. Bend the knee, feeling the openness in that left hip, or feel free to flip your dog. You can do so safely. Finding a deeper back bend. Breathe into it. You got it. And then let's look where we're going. Start to flip back into a three-legged dog. Step the left foot behind the left wrist. Melt the right foot down so it's parallel to the short edge of the mat. And rise up, warrior two. Just playing around a little bit, adjusting so that you can feel the deep hip opener. And then that right arm is going to either come around for a bind on the left hip crease, or just bring the hand behind the back of the hand to the shoulder blades maybe. Lift the left arm up and over, exalting. Feel the weight even between the feet. Feel your groundedness. Notice where you're opening. Feeling the breath touching that opening. Take another breath. And then making your way right into extended side angle. Again, with half bind, three-quarter bind, full bind, no bind. Looking to spin the torso to the right. Nice stretch into the right hip here. Feeling grateful for the body. One more breath. And then release the bind. Come back up to warrior two. Cartwheel the hands to frame the foot. Take your twist, left arm to the sky. Stay there, or come into wild thing, flipping that left foot behind you, lifting up through the heart. Smile. Big breath. We're going to flip back over, drop the left knee, open up the right arm, lift the right leg, bend the knee, take a bind. Here you go. Shining so brightly again. Feeling that anahata energy just sprinkling all over your space. Reaching out to those whom you'd like to say thank you to. Take one more breath. And release hand and knee. Come back into your cat pose, or you can turn this into a rabbit pose by bringing the crown of the head to the earth. You can reach those hands back for ankles or calves or whatever you can reach, and feel the opening in the back body. Still drawing the navel up. Feel the roundness across the spine. If it's too much pressure on the head, bring the hands down so that you're not dumping everything into the cervical spine. Take one more breath. And then bring the hands back up. We're going to make our way back to downward facing dog. Beautiful. You guys are awesome. Sensing the gratitude and the way it's showing up today for you. You can always come back to it. It's always there. Take a breath in and let a breath go. Beautiful. Look to the front of the mat. Step or hop feet to hands. Rise all the way up. Chair pose. I'm going to bring those hands behind the back and find a drinking bird. So begin by smushing the palms together or interlacing any way that feels good, squeezing the shoulder blades together. So you feel the heart lift. And then start to hinge at the hips. Try to keep that little arc in the back as you bring your chest down and maybe start to lift the heels. You can pull the fists away from the back as much as your shoulders will allow. Maybe you're gazing at that space between your heels. Just inviting soft breath into this to help balance. Take another breath. Grateful for the nectar of life here. And then release the heels. Come all the way back up. Release the bind. And place your hands right on your heart. Sipping in this moment. What a blessing it is to have space and to have time to practice. So maybe saying thanks to yourself for making this choice to be on your yoga mat today. Take a big breath. Let it go. If the eyes were closed, open them back up again. We're going to shift into the right foot and lift the left knee up. Then start to cross the left ankle over the right thigh, and you can bring your hands to prayer if you want. Sink the hips low here, figure four. So what are you sensing? What do you feel? Can you invite the breath into those tight crevices? Nice. One more breath. And then slowly straighten the right leg. Bring the left knee up. Heel to the bum. Left hand onto the ankle. We're going to take a dancer pose. So this is a great one to do if you have a wall, to put your right palm flush against the wall, kicking foot into hand, or do it without the wall, of course. Wall helps you feel a little bit more steady and really helps you target the spinal extension that we're looking for here. So we're looking forward, feeling the heart draw forward. If you feel that that left hip is externally rotating, try to internally rotate so the knee is pointing down rather than out. Got one more big breath here. And then as a counter stretch, start to hug that left knee up and round the spine. See if you can bring your forehead to the tip of the knee. Hey, wall, I'm grateful that you're there. And then release the left leg down and do any shaky, Gumby movements that you need. Running in place always feels good. All right, let's come on back to the top. So here we are, finding our mountain. How grateful are we for the steadiness, the sturdiness of the earth to hold us. And then shift into the left foot, draw the right knee up, cross the right ankle over the left thigh, sinking into your figure four shape. And you can hinge, you can twist. There's so many things you can do with this. So if you're not feeling something, just keep going. Keep finding your edge. Two more breaths. Slowly draw the right knee up. Bring the right hand to the right ankle. Kick foot into hand. Feel the back bend start to grow here. Maybe your hand's on a wall in front of you, pressing in. Smile. There you go. One more breath. And then hug that knee in. Challenge your balance here a little bit. Round the spine. Whoop. Tuck your head down toward the knee. Yeah, you got it. And then let that go. Come right back. We're going to take a big breath in and exhale back to your chair pose. Keep lowering the hips toward the heels. Slowly, 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 eventually making your way into a boat pose. So feel the rooting, feel the lifting. Take a big breath. And then let those feet come down. Hug the knees in towards your chest. Round the spine again. You can tuck your chin in as much as you'd like to expand across the cervical spine. And then from here, step the feet out wider than the mat. Let the knees tick-tock from side to side. And as they fall to the right, we're going to come into a pinwheel shape. So if it's comfortable for you, bringing your left heel towards your left bum. The right foot is on the left thigh. And again, if this is too much of a torque on that left leg, not twerk, I didn't say twerk, I said torque, then extend your left leg for a more stable support without any discomfort. Okay? All right, so take a big breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to twist to the right. Take one more breath in the twist. And then inhale to center. And as you exhale, crescent over to the left. Breath in. Full breath out. Come back up to center, right hand next to your right hip. We're going to press into the earth and lift the hips up for a little back bend here. You can bring your hand behind your head to support your head if you want, or let it float in the air. Take another breath. And then lower the hips down, release any binds. We're going to hinge right over into a little mini pinwheel pigeon. We're just here for 2 breaths maybe. Just leaning your body right on top of the knee and the shin, feeling some stretch in the right hip. Maybe one more breath. And then we are going to come out of it, swinging the legs around in front, knocking them from side to side again. Then let them fall to the left, coming into your pinwheel shape. Take a big breath in and twist to your left. One more twisted breath. Return back to center. Right hand roots, left arm rises, crescent to the right. And then bring that left hand down to the earth. Plant the palm, lift the hips, open up. Again, if there's one more breath. Slowly start to come up out of it. I'm going to swing around this way. Keep confusing you guys with my directionals. Pinwheel, I'm sorry, not pinwheel, windshield wiper, the legs side to side. And we're going to come into a fish pose. So extend your legs out in front of you. You can use blocks if you want. If you have 2 blocks, it feels really nice to support this by bringing one sort of at the medium height between your shoulder blades and the other one a little bit higher for your head. So I'll show you how to do it supported if you have blocks, and then I'll show you how to do it without the blocks. So this would be supported, where you've got one between the shoulder blades, one by the head. Ooh, that feels good. And if you don't have all that stuff, it's totally fine. You support yourself by bringing your hands behind you or underneath your hips, underneath your bootay. Straighten the legs. Try to create a little parallel shape with the forearms, driving them down as you lift up, scooping out the lumbar curve once again, and maybe back. Feel where you're pressing down, feel where you're lifting up. Breathing that energy of gratitude into the whole body here. And also take it up a notch, engaging the core by lifting the legs from the earth. 2 more breaths. And from here, slowly removing the blocks, removing your arms, come on down to your back. Hug the knees in towards your chest. And we'll end with 2 bridge poses. So you can support your bridges if you'd like, kind of like that yin shape that we had at the beginning. If you want to go back, loosened and opened up to the back. to bridge. Out hips and palms start down on the earth. Lift the pelvis, lift the hips, peel the lower spine off. So you're just rooting into your shoulders. Maybe start to engage into the hips, into the thighs here. Seeing if that offers a little bit more of a lift. Once you're there, if you like, you can start to roll the shoulder blades together in the back body and interlace the hands for a little bound bridge. 3 more deep breaths here. For chest, bring the forehead toward the knees. And for our final back bend, again, you can have it be supporting. You can take a traditional bridge if you want to float into a full wheel. Flip those pizza hands so that they root down to the earth, fingers pointing to the shoulders. Steady your feet. And whenever you're ready to do whatever you want to do, go ahead and come up for 5 deep breaths. Knowing you can come out of it anytime if that's not the right thing for you. That was for display purposes only. I'm coming into a supported bridge, y'all. One more big full cycle of breath. Coming down safely from bridge to, or from wheel, tucking chin to chest, lowering the back to the earth. For those of you with support under your sacrum, remove it. Step the feet wide and let the knees knock from side to side. And hug the knees in for your final bit of love during this practice. Not the last love you're going to offer yourself today, of course, but just saying thank you for practicing. Thank you to the body for all that it's able to do, and for the wisdom to know and not to do certain things that aren't serving you. And then start to for speak it up a lot for the back. You take that extra yoga mat or your blocks or towel and slide it underneath, giving a little bit of lumbar support. Take a really big breath. Sigh, let it all go. Surrendering into this final shape of rest, allowing yourself to just marinate in the bright light of your heart and the strong sensations of gratitude. Through all that is changing, there are practices we must hold on to. Wisdom, love, gratitude. Gratefulness for how life's lessons have shaped us, and no matter where the journey has taken us, we know we never go alone. Morgan Harper Nichols, reminding us that gratitude is a loyal companion that is always there with you to remind you of the joys present in your moment-to-moment experiences in life. Feel the life within your body. Start to move a little bit, energizing your space. Take a big stretch. And then draw the knees in and roll over to one side for just a moment. Just sensing the newness of this moment, the possibilities and potential. Begin to make your way back up to a seated position with the hands honoring the empty. I thank each of you for your presence during practice today. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for being here with us. Hope you're feeling good. I am teaching on Wednesday morning. I'll be at the beach, so I'll be bringing the beach to you guys. Thursday morning, Hillary is going to be leading a gratitude flow. I'll be posting that information about that on my website, not my website, Facebook page. It's a free flow if you're interested in doing I think it's 9:30 on the Thanksgiving morning. And then on Sunday night, I'm doing another Yummy Yin class. I thought it would be a little bit. Leftovers. Yummy Yin, you can register for that on my website.com. Go to schedule, and that's Sunday night at 7 p.m. It's going to be an hour and a half. I think last time it was an hour 15, and we need just a little bit more time, just a little bit more. So an hour and a half class, $15 for Yummy Yin, done in the comfort of your home. You'll be ready for night after that. I would love to see you guys at that. So thank you. Mwah, 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 mwah. Thank you so much. Thanks for your comments. You guys are lovely and sweet. And I look forward to seeing you again Wednesday.